Vendetta here, live from New York City, the epicenter of all that happens, y'all. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Chateau Girl, Chateau Girl, Chateau Girl, Chateau Girl, Chateau Girl. Hi. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Cool Jazz Live from New York City. Cool jazz with the masters, cool jazz sometimes without the masters. Cool Jazz Live from the most beautiful city, well, from this magnificent New York City. Although we are a city under siege, as it were, we are still okay because we are New York strong. Woohoo, y'all! We're doing fine, although the curfew is going into effect for the 4th or 5th night in a row. So anyway, I just want to welcome everybody to the Cool Jazz Show with Ginetta Vendetta. I am your hostess, educating and musically, hopefully bringing a little joy and happiness to folks, y'all. So anyway, again, one more time, Ginetta Vendetta, Cool Jazz Live from New York City, Cool Jazz with the Masters. Hey, Micheline, nice to see you, baby girl. Woo, nice to see you. Just welcoming everyone into the show. And from the epicenter of all the action, New York City, baby, and going on to our 4th or is it 5th night of quarantine? I'm not really sure. Anyway, girl, nice to see you, Micheline. We are going on 10 weeks together, girl. 10 weeks. Woohoo! Check out the new shoes, Micheline. What? You know what I said last night? Nothing cheers a girl up better during feast, famine, riots, protests, quarantines. Nothing cheers a girl up better than some shoes. Anyway, I'm going to kick it off with a beautiful tune called The Shadow of Your Smile, just a short version, because it is Trumpet Week, and who better to feature than yours truly, pocket trumpeter Ginetta Vendetta, and I'm going to do it with a beautiful backing track, and this is called The Shadow of Your Smile, also known as the Sandpiper Theme, and it's a beautiful version. Here we go. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much, baby girl. Guess what, Mickey? Maria's in, she's out west now. Hi, Tommy. Hi. Thank you for joining me, guys. So nice to see you, everybody. We're going to kick it off with a beautiful song, The Shadow of Your Smile. Here we go. Going to be the featured jazz master today. Just wanted to give you a beautiful little bit of that classic, The Shadow of Your Smile. Hi, Bobby. Nice to see you, Micheline. I know, 10 weeks, Micheline. We've been on quarantine and then various other challenges here in New York City, but we're, you know, like I said, we're getting through it, y'all. And also, we are New York strong, and we're going to be fine, y'all. Anyway, just a little taste of The Shadow of Your Smile. Welcome, Bobby Roebuck. Welcome. We got a new guy here today. Check it out. And in honor of Trumpet Week, I want to do something from the fabulous Miles Davis. This is a tune called All Blues. I did a version of it a couple of weeks ago, maybe 10 days ago. I did the Ron Carter version. It was actually on Ron Carter's birthday at the beginning of this month or the end of May. Well, Miles's birthday is May 26th, and since this is Trumpet Week, I have not featured Miles yet. Not going to feature him today. Today we are dedicating to the fabulous Clifford Brown, y'all. But I wanted to kind of open up with a tune that is associated intimately with everybody with a trumpet player, and it's called All Blues. Hi, Deanna. Thank you. Looking great. That is so sweet, Bobby. Check out the new shoes, ladies. Bobby, I'm not sure if you're really a shoe guy. It's more of a female thing. Anyway, welcome everyone. This is a classic All Blues version. Just want to do a little taste of this. And it is intimately acquainted with the fabulous trumpet player, Miles Davis. Born May 26th. Let's see, what was his birthday? 1926. Here we go, y'all. Yeah, baby. Woo! Welcome, everybody. to the fabulous Miles Davis. Wanted to do it with a backing track. Why? Number one, because Facebook is on my butt like white on ranks about me using other people's tracks. But I also wanted to play alone and feature myself as a trumpeter of fairly world renown, because it is Trumpet Week, y'all. And hey, Laura G. Hi, Deanna. Hey, everybody. How are all my girls and my guys and Bobby and Tomsy and Micheline and all my buddies? Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. It makes me so very happy. Gives me something to look forward to and to work to and to investigate. And I love doing all this research, guys. So check it out. The guy that I am going to feature today, an amazing man called Clifford Brown. His name was Clifford Benjamin Brown. When was he born? October 30th. He was sort of a Halloween baby. 1930. And when did he pass? 1956, dude. He wasn't even 26 years old. He hadn't even got to his birthday. In 25 years, Mr. Clifford Benjamin Brown, also known as Brownie, you know, all these jazz guys have nicknames. He recorded 25 albums as a band leader, 25 albums under his name, Clifford Brown, and about 40 as a sideman. I find that unbelievable. Other albums, Tad Dameron, Art Blakey, Gigi Grice, J.J. Johnson, the fabulous Helen, all the singers, Helen Merrill, Don Washington, Sarah Vaughan, all of these fabulous singers wanted Brownie on their sessions because of his big fat sound. Another amazing thing about Clifford Brown, the way he died at the age of 25, everybody knows this. Well, every jazz person. It's like jazz history. He died on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, coming home from a gig, and Richie Powell was his piano player, and he wasn't driving. Richie Powell's wife was driving. The point of this story is, not 5 years prior to that, he had a terrible accident, or in I wrote it down. In 1950, he was in yet another serious car wreck that had him in a hospital for a whole year. I never knew this about Clifford Brown. He was in the hospital for a whole year when he was 20 years old. And who came to visit him to encourage him to keep up and get into the music industry? Mr. Dizzy Gillespie. Can you imagine? Dizzy Gillespie came and visited him frequently to tell him, don't give up hope, Brownie. Stay there. And when he came out of that hospital, baby, in 5 short years, he was a master in demand with over 60 albums under his belt. I just cannot imagine how much further he would have gone had he lived past the ripe old age of 25. I only have 5 records out, dude. And I'm like, really, Ginetta? And for me, that's pretty good. And I was laughing because I remember telling you about a drummer, Mr. Joe Morello, with Dave Brubeck, how Joe gave up the violin when he heard this master playing. And if I did that, I mean, when you hear Clifford Brown, as soon as I stop chattering, if you hear his playing, it is so amazing that I could never, play like that, but I'm not going to give it up. I'm just going to do my own thing. So check it out. I'm going to do a very famous tune of his, not Joy Spring, which was named after his wife, by the way. Her name was Emma, and that's what he called her. God, it's so sad. That was her nickname, Joy Spring. Okay, what we're going to play now, this is sort of stretching out with the masters, because by any means, I barely know this tune, but I'm going to fake it, and it is called Sand Dune, y'all, by Clifford Brown and Max Roach. The Clifford Brown Max Roach Quintet was the penultimate bebop band, y'all. Here we go. Sand Dune. What? Mr. Harold Land, y'all, on tenor sax. Another guy, Johnny! Woo! You're listening to Clifford Brown, y'all. This is Trumpet Week, y'all. Hey, Johnny. Fabulous guitar If you really want to hear a solo of Clifford Brown, you got to listen to Cherokee. Oh my goodness, Clifford Brownie, Clifford Benjamin Brown, gone way too soon at the age of 25 with over 60 records under his belt, 25 of them as a band leader. Let me tell you what the fabulous Sonny Rollins said. Now, you know Sonny Rollins from last week. We did Tenor Week. I introduced you to the fabulous tenor man, Sonny Rollins, not to be confused with long, tall Dexter Gordon. You just heard Harold Land on tenor. Check it out. Harold Land was playing with this famous quintet for a while. Then he left to spend time with his wife. Hello? I never heard of a jazz musician doing that. Anyway, who stepped in but Sonny Rollins? Now, another thing about Clifford Brown, he was a straight-A student and actually went to Maryland State. He went to Delaware State and majored in math way before, when he was like 18 or 19. He was really brilliant, this guy. And he also did not smoke, he didn't drink, he didn't do any kind of drugs. Sonny Rollins, who had recently quit a heroin habit, said that Clifford Brown personally made a massive impact on his life, because as he was playing with Clifford each and every night and all over, they toured all over, he said that because of Clifford's clean living, he realized he could be a great musician without having to do drugs. And so Sonny Rollins credits his sobriety and his path to Clifford Brown, who then subsequently was lost on the Pennsylvania Turnpike on a rainy night What a shame, man. Anyway, Clifford Brown, Brownie, Brownie, Brownie. Okay, that was a classic, one of his beautiful recordings. He's famous for Sandu. There's Jordu, there's Joy Spring. There's another one called Daoud. Joy Spring, named after his bride. They were only married 2 years. He does have a son, and the baby was only a year old when he passed. Anyway, guys, hey, Will, I know you were just listening to your Sonny Rollins. Well, you know the drummer here, Max Roach, baby. Clifford Brown, Max Roach Quintet, one of the greatest. Anyway, gang, guess what we're going to do now? Keeping on my Clifford Brown tip, I want to do something that Clifford Brown recorded. Now, I'm not going to play it with Clifford. I'm going to play it without Clifford because, again, this is Trumpet Week. I'm going to feature Ginetta occasionally. And you just heard, you know, no one can play like that, so I'm going to play like myself. This is a classic tune this is the first song that intimately touched me and made me, my dad had this record, Clifford Brown with strings, and so I played Willow Weep for me. Hey, baby, hold on. I just want you to hear, let's do Clifford Brown with strings just for a minute. I just want you to hear a taste of his big fat sound that so heavily influenced a 12-year-old girl, and that was me when I first heard this, y'all. The fabulous Clifford Benjamin Brown, my idol when I was a young girl growing up, not knowing much about jazz, and give thanks. My dad let me listen to that recording and not to Cherokee. If I had listened to Cherokee, I would have done like Joe Morello, the drummer with Dave Brubeck and Paul Desmond, and said, I'm putting this horn down. I will never be able to play like that. But no, I listened to this big, fat, beautiful sound of Clifford Brown, and I said, I can do that. And he was the most formative guy in my life growing up musically. Anyway, people always ask me on the radio stations and newspapers who my influences were, and I sometimes say Clifford, but playing that song and hearing it again is really, it really brings me back to when I was very young and had music, which really saved me, dude. Let me just tell you that. But anyway, I digress. And the amazing Clifford Brown. We are dedicating our trumpet week to him. I want to welcome everybody to Cool Jazz with the Masters, y'all. What? That's right. Hey, everybody. Thank you, Deanna. You're always so supportive. Everyone is so supportive. Hi, Mo Jazz, John Valerie, an amazing guitar player in Florida who was with Ginetta Vendetta for many years before I drove him insane. And he quit the band. I love you, Johnny. Hope the baby's doing great. Boy, your son must be grown by now, dude. Love you, and so happy to see you that you're okay. I'm okay here up in Manhattan, the epicenter of all that is going awry. But we're okay, guys. Okay, everybody. Thank you and welcome to Cool Jazz with Ginetta Vendetta, your hostess. Hold on. Time for me to take a little sip of tea, y'all. That's right. What? And I was telling the girls at the top of the show, look at these gorgeous shoes, right? I mean, really? Nothing cheers a girl up. Shoes. It is an international, connection that women have. Anyway, guys, like I said, Clifford Brown. Let me see. What else did I say? 1950. Oh, yeah, I told you all about that. Also, the band and that wonderful combination of Clifford Brown and Max Roach. That quintet is held up as really the magnificent bop quintet, besides the Charlie Parker Quartet, the Miles Davis Quintet, during the bop era. Max Roach and Clifford Brown. Mr. Harold Land on tenor until he was replaced due to familial obligations, with Sonny Rollins. Mr. George Morrow on bass and Richie Powell on piano. The interesting thing about Richie Powell is it's so hot that these are sticking to my legs, guys. Just so you know, that's what's going on. Richie Powell was the brother of Bud Powell. Now, Bud Powell was an incredible piano player in his own right. Traveled all around the world and had his own band, but he had a lot of problems mentally. He was in and out of a lot of institutions. And when his brother Richie, who was killed in the same car wreck that Clifford Brown was killed in, when that happened, he really went off the rails, man, unfortunately. And they gave him electroshock therapy. Really a terrible, terrible history with the Powell brothers. Two fabulously creative, amazing men. Gone too soon, once again, through the vicissitudes and the challenges of jazz life. And I created and coined a phrase last night called the musical freedom fighters. That is what I am. That is what these men and women before me are. That is what all of the people who continue to play and all us musicians are. We are musical freedom fighters, regardless of us being sidelined. We are musical freedom fighters. We are fighting the good fight, y'all. For what? That's right. Peace, unity, music, gigs. I don't leave that out, y'all. Here we go, everybody. And this, speaking of a musical freedom fighter, a woman who was lauded and celebrated the world over, Miss Nina Simone. Check it out. She wrote a tune called Alabama Goddamn that became the civil rights anthem. And she sung it. Let me tell you where she sung it first. My old haunt, the Village Gate in Greenwich Village. It was a venue down there on Bleecker Street. She first debuted this tune in 1964, and they didn't run her off the stage. You need to hear it. I'm not going to play that right now because I feel it's very timely, though. It's called Alabama G-Damn, and I just feel, when I heard it, man, I started crying, but so I'm not going to do that now. What I am going to do, in honor of her being a musical freedom fighter, I'm going to sing one of her more classic tunes. This is a brand new tune. Never sang it before today, y'all. So be gentle with me. It is a beautiful tune called Feeling Good. We are celebrating Nina Simone, one of the first and foremost freedom fighters in his long history of musical freedom fighters. It's actually called Mississippi G-Dam. That's the name of that tune, man, Mississippi. Here we go. And what I'm going to sing for you is a beautiful song. I hope I'm going to sing it. Here we go, y'all. Oh my God, what is she doing? Oh my God, what? Some in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. New day, it's a new life for me. Yeah. And I'm feeling. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new day for me, and I'm feeling good. Woo! Come on, y'all. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterfly. You know what I mean. Sleep in peace when the day is done. That's what I mean. And this whole world is a new world and a bold world for me. Woo! Stars up in the sky when you shine. You know how I feel. Send of that lovely kind, you know how I feel. Freedom, freedom that is mine, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling, I'm feeling, and I'm y'all. Woohoo! Yes! You know me, I'm always stretching out with the masters. Actually, that was supposed to be a backing track, but at the top you heard Nina Simone, which was actually a big help. I've never sung that song before, but I thought after listening to her beautiful song called Mississippi G-Dam, I said, you know what, I gotta pay homage to one of the original musical freedom fighters, Nina Simone. Hope y'all enjoyed that. That is a beautiful song and tough to sing, y'all. Anyway, we're back to Trumpet Week. You know I like to do some singing and playing. Woohoo! Hey everybody, thank you for joining me. Hi everybody, yay! Yes, I'm sharing. Hi Lisa, I missed you baby girl. Yes, Yana. Hi Lisa, thank you for watching. Beautiful. Hi Antonetta. Thank you. Feeling good, God. What a gorgeous tune, man. And Nina Simone sings the hell out of that tune. So threw me off a little at the top when I heard her voice, but it was good, so I could kind of have a little. That's kind of like when you're in the studio, you guys. It's called a click track. And a click track is when the drummer, it's like 4 on the floor, man. You know, you have the click track when you're doing vocals in case the band is not there, so that you know exactly what the rhythm is. So you don't sing ahead of the rhythm or you don't sing out of rhythm, as it were. So that's basically what she was at the top of that tune, man. My click track to kind of get me on the ball, man. Feeling good. Woohoo! Now, why am I wearing a leather dress and it's like 108 degrees? Does anybody know? I'm just so happy to be here. I know why. It's Friday night. Woohoo! Friday night. Tomorrow's Saturday. Don't forget, Tuesday we're going 2 hours earlier for a special European jazz party. Because folks, obviously, it's later over there. Well, we all know that, don't we? So it's going to be 4 p.m. on Tuesday. Only for that one day, though. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. And I'm so happy to be here. I promised I wanted to tell you a few things also about some vocabulary when I'm doing, you know, sometimes I'll say I'm taking it home or I'm taking it out. So funny because I remember I was in LA or right near the water. It was a beautiful venue. Working with a great guitar player, Dean Gresh. And he had this wonderful singer. Her name was Rose. And she's a beautiful singer, man. And she was so cute. She was all dressed up and so excited to meet me because, you know, Dean must have told her she's coming all the way from New York. This is a killer trumpet player. And anyway, the girl, she was so sweet and she's a great singer. And I remember going like this. And I remember her saying, "What does that mean, Ginetta?" I said, "You don't know what this means?" And she said, no, I don't know what that means. I said, "Girl, that means take it home. That means go back. Let's take it out. Take it out." That's what that means. So for all you uninitiated, I'm sure, Deanna, you know this because you were married to, well, you know, with a musician, Jimmy. And that's what that means, take it home. So whenever you see me raise my hand, and I have a great guitar player, he did a couple of the diplomatic community tours with me, the fabulous Ilya Valentine Lushtak. I call him Luscious Lushtak because of his amazing playing. And he'd always say, "Ginetta, you and your freaking hand signals, you're like a freaking umpire on the bandstand." Last time around, baby girl, woohoo! That's right, man. Last time around, that's what that means. That actually means take it home, take it home. Then when I do this, that means go back to the head. And what is the head? That means the top of the melody. That's what that means. Anyway, guys, figured I'd give you a little schooling on some jazz terms in case you're hanging out anytime soon. You know, and you could yell out to the band, "Take it home!" And then the guy will come down and bop you in the nose. Anyway, I feel pretty good too, man. Although that tune, woo, it's a tough tune to sing. All right, we got some more trumpet stuff for you. The fabulous Clifford Brown. And guess what? Oh, girl, hold on. We did all blues. Willow Weep for Me with the fabulous Clifford Brown. I have something called Cherokee, which we also did Sand Dune. Damn, that was pretty tough to do, man. Okay, I'm gonna do another classic for you. This is a bossa nova. Why? Because I like to do a few of these during the show, and it's called One Note Samba. It's in a key that I can actually sing to. Sorry, guys. This always really. Here we go. I'm gonna sing it and play it. Just a little samba begins with a single note. Other notes are bound to follow, but the root is still that note. Then about the consequence of the one we just went through. Just as I will be the unavoidable consequence of you. There's so many people who can talk and just say nothing. They just say nothing. I have used up all the notes and I have come to the end of the scale, and it's nothing. So I'll come back to that first note, like I'll come right back to you. I will pour into that one note all the love I feel for you. Now if you want to ever know, ring a basso latido. It really ain't the one note, baby, you play the note you know. Woo! Yeah, baby, one note samba. Let's do the top of the different key, a whole different groove. Why? Because we're stretching out, stretching out. That's right, y'all. Woohoo! Welcome to Ginetta Vendetta. Cool jazz live from New York City. Cool jazz with the masters as well, y'all. Woohoo! Hey, Saxy. Hey, Linda. Where you been, Linda Willis Kenyatta? Welcome to Cool Jazz Live with Ginetta Vendetta. Cool jazz with the masters. Yes, ma'am. Now we are celebrating the fabulous Clifford Brown. Yes, we are. Oh, my goodness. And I have something called Cherokee. But I'm not even going to try and do that right now. Right now, I want to do something that I didn't do. The fabulous Clifford Brown. Hold on a second. You know how my little band in a box is always giving me a hard time, which is why I love to play with the actual musicians, because the guys can kind of just do something behind me while I'm trying to get situated, and they can just keep playing like a vamp or something when I'm searching for stuff. You know what I'm saying? So here, I wanted to play some more Clifford Brown for you. Listen to this beautiful ballad, man. This is a beautiful tune called Easy Living. We're celebrating the life and unfortunately the early death of the fabulous Clifford Benjamin Brown, also known as Brownie, during Trumpet Week, y'all. Hi, Mama! Thank you, Tommy. That's right, my tip bucket. Listen to that tone. Nice to see everybody. Thank you for joining me as we celebrate Trumpet Week. The big, fat, robust sounds of the one and only Clifford Brown. The most influential guy in my musical development when I was very young, man. And stuck somewhere up in suburbia. I am a city girl. I moved here when I was 16 and a half, but I was stuck in suburbia where I was not very happy, and so Clifford Brown was my escape and kept me sane. Of the fabulous Clifford Brown. I remember when I was really young and, as I said, stuck in suburbia when I knew in my heart I was a city girl, y'all, and I really wanted to go to the High School of Performing Arts, and I never did get there due to parental restraints, unfortunately. But anyway, this music has really kept me going, the fabulous Clifford Brown. So we're going to close. It's almost time to say goodnight already. I just can't believe how fast time flies. It is a beautiful day, a little cloudy and rainy, but nice and warm and muggy. And this, I'm wearing a leather dress, which is possibly not suggested on a hot, muggy day, since these are actually sticking to the leg. But that's okay. We're doing great. We're doing great. You don't need to hear all that stuff. Anyway, welcome to Cool Jazz Live with the Masters. Yes, sir. And also, that was Clifford Brown, the master on the trumpet. Since we are celebrating what? We're celebrating Trumpet Week, y'all. And for all things Ginetta, GinettasVendetta.com. That's right. You can go to my frequently asked questions page. It is so funny because some girl, I think it's a girl, someone on Instagram asked me this weird question. Something about, did I like to dominate or something? And I was like, hello? And then I said in a message, that is one question that will not be on my website's frequently asked questions page. I'm like, why do people send you this stuff? And also, I just friend anybody. I'm not sure about the wisdom of that on Facebook, just friending and everybody, you know what I mean? So anyway, I guess maybe I shouldn't. But I just got a kick out of that and wanted to share it with you. So no, those kind of questions will not be on my frequently asked questions page. Okay, gang, so guess what? I'm going to go out, not with a trumpet player, but rather with a beautiful song, or maybe with a trumpet player, who knows. Hold on, I wanted to show you the, I showed you the website, and also my PayPal, paypal.me/Ginetta's Vendetta, Venmo.com/Ginetta Sylvie. And before I forget, Kim Bonsanti, I should have done this at the top of the show. Kimbo, thank you so much for your generous donation. Kim Bonsanti, I might say, she is a police officer and a smoking trumpet player. Kim Bonsanti was part of the wonderful Amazon Brass when we went to Trinidad. Kimmy, I'm so sorry I didn't thank you at the top of the show. And Kimbo, we gave you that name for Amazon Brass. All of us had nicknames. And so happy. Thank you so much that you were watching. Thank you also for your service as a police officer. You're probably a lieutenant by now, sister. Much love and thank you for the generous donation, and also for the note, the wonderful note for me to keep going. Hi, Captain Joe. Nice to see you, baby. Just talking about a wonderful police officer, killing trumpet player named Kimbo, a dear friend from way back in the day, man, when we were on the road together. So anyway, she recently reached out. So thank you, darling. Anyway, guys, we're going to close it out. Oh, my God. Captain Joe, man, you missed Clifford Brown. It's Clifford Brown Day here at Trumpet Week, y'all. Fabulous Clifford Brown. Let me see what time it is because I want to make sure. 6:48. Guess what? I don't think I'm going to sing another song. I think what I'm going to do, well, yeah, I think I am going to sing this song. Why? Because we need it. I want to sing this tune and say goodnight to everybody. And it's a beautiful old-fashioned song. And I love it. And I want you guys, if you're interested in the fabulous Clifford Brown or any of these phenomenal guys or gals, Nina Simone, you want to listen to her song, Mississippi G Dan. Why? Because it resonates for the times we are in. Google that tune, y'all. And she is another one of our musical freedom fighters, as am I and all of the musicians before and after me. Okay, so we're going to close out with a beautiful and positive tune. I love this song, and I'm going to say goodnight on it. Such a pretty tune, y'all. And it is called Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And I like to sing something that I think we all need now. And I want to just send out my love to you. And thank you so much for joining me each and every night, y'all. Come on, y'all know this. Somewhere where abide, there's a land that I dreamed of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over dream really do come true. Thank you, sweetheart. Way someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Where troubles melt like lemon drops and curfews are no longer stops behind me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why can't I? Well, thank you, everybody. Much love. Hi, Tucky. Love you, sweetheart. I'm just signing out, y'all. I want to thank everyone for watching and keeping your spirits up, Tucky, a fellow New Yorker. We're hammering it out here, girl. We're staying strong. New York strong. Everyone around the country and around the world, we love you. We are musical warriors. Take it home, y'all. Somewhere over the rainbow skies are blue. Those dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Thank you, everybody, and peace. We will pray for peace. We will work for peace, and I will continue to be your musical freedom fighter as long as you continue to join me, and I give thanks for your very presence. Thank you, sweetheart. Much love to you. As I always say, may we expect and receive only the best. Thank you, Tucky. I'm so glad. Love you all, and I will see you tomorrow night.